Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
We'll come to order. We'll get started with the monthly Anderson County Commission Budget Committee for Thursday, January 8, 2026. It is 4:00 p.m. Rob, if you would, call the roll, please.
Thank you. Commissioner McNabb?
Here.
Commissioner Palmer?
Here.
Commissioner Vandergriff?
Here.
Commissioner Val?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Here.
Commissioner Allen?
Here.
Commissioner Beauchamp?
Here.
And Commissioner Smallridge.
Here.
Let the record reflect we do have a quorum. If you would, Commissioners, join me in prayer, and then Commissioner Vandergriff will lead us in the pledge. Heavenly Father, we come to you again to thank you for all your many blessings, Lord, for salvation most of all, but for everything that you add unto us each and every day. Please forgive us of our many sins, Lord. We know that there are many each and every day. But Lord, we ask that you be with us during the course of this meeting. Be with each heart, each mind. Give us wisdom, give us discernment, Father, to do what's right in your eyes, for what's best for your people. All this we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioners. Next item is appearance of citizens. Any citizen in the audience want to address the committee at this time? Please state your name and address, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Colt Jennings, 430 Douglas Lane here in Clinton. Since 2022, I've been warning anyone who would listen about the pay problems at the Sheriff's Office. What was once a problem is now a crisis. Deputies need a 30% pay increase, not the proposed 15%. That will make them competitive in the salary category, but you still have to deal with the benefits problem. As I've stated before, Anderson County has the most expensive health insurance in Tennessee. These costs to employees will have to be reduced in order to compete in today's market. Something else to think about in terms of funding is equipment. The Sheriff's Office desperately needs body cameras, modern patrol rifles, and systems to fully digitize the agency. This is not a complete list, but I believe they are priorities. The salary, benefits, and equipment that I just talked about are what other agencies already have. The Sheriff's Office is underfunded by at least $6 million. To fill that budget gap is nearly impossible with our current fiscal situation. And let's not forget all the other Anderson County employees who are grossly underpaid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what decades of neglect looks like, and this is a crisis. But as always, I'm ready to help in any way that I can, and I thank you for your time.
Any other citizens want to approach the committee at this time? Please state your name and address, please.
Well, since you don't know me, I'm Steve Aaron from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I'm on the VSO committee, and last year we voted to raise our VSO wages for our officer. We hired him in at an extremely low rate to see how he would do and everything like that. We gave him a bonus whenever he passed his qualifications and stuff like that. And he has served outstandingly from every veteran I've heard from. He's better than Leon. Now then, we were paying Leon $63,000 a year, and we had voted to raise his wages to $70,000, and yet you all have denied our VSO officer the raise that we proposed. Now then, he's out there, he's changing people's lives. He makes a difference with our veterans. He finds homes for them if they need a home. He does all sorts of other things. He'll run down things for their house if they need it. You know, he works with the other American Legion and the other veterans groups to raise money to keep veterans in their homes. He's not a pencil pusher waiting for retirement. But, you know, he does so much, and he's brought in like $5 million into this county since he's been working here. Now, then the sales tax alone on that is $137,000 that the county collected. So, and that's just the beginning, because if you studied economics, you know, the buck doesn't stop first time you spend your money. Where you spend your money, they go out and they take that money, part of it, and go spend it elsewhere. So there's a ripple effect to where it probably accounts for between $10 and $20 million worth of revenue. I mean, actual business in our county. So there's a big financial reason to keep this going and everything. And I'd sure hate to lose him to somebody else and everything, but we're not paying him near what Leon made whenever he left.
30 seconds, sir.
Well, that's pretty much about all I got to say about it.
Thanks, sir. Any other citizen wanting to approach the Budget Committee at this time? So-
Mr. Chairman, I'm a citizen. I don't want to get up and stand over there.
Okay.
I would like to ask Robbie, if I may.
Hmm?
This gentleman has spoke about the sheriff's department being underfunded and all these numbers that he's talking about. I feel like that this commission has been fairly good to the sheriff's department the last 4 or 5 years. Is the sheriff's department that far behind? In realistic,
I think that the sheriff's departments across the state have continued to increase the last 3 to 4 years, their salaries. And when we increased 2 years ago, we thought we were doing middle of the pack or whatever and doing well, but it appears that other counties have increased around us as well as state and state trooper. As far as benefits goes, I totally disagree with everything you said on that. We offer 3 options of benefits, and one's free if you're single. So that's totally false. So I agree with you. I think Commission has done a really good job for all employees, not just the Sheriff's Department, of funding raises and keeping benefit costs down. So we've only had 1 increase in the last 5 years, and I think it was 3 to 5%, if that. So.
if we was to raise the sheriff's department 30%, what would that cost?
Well,
us?
15% was going to be $2 million. So if you're looking at
And
probably
on the tax rate, that would be 8-9 cents.
about
Roughly.
7 to 10, yes.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Next item, Mayor Frank.
I just want to, I guess I've been sitting there debating what to say, but I'm somebody that stands by my friends. And Leon Jaquette, it's okay to advocate for an advance for your salary, but to tear down people of the past. I'm somebody who worked with Leon until he left, and I would love to have Leon Jaquette back. He did a fantastic and an excellent job. No one on the Veterans Service Committee has ever asked me my opinion on the job performance for the current VSO. I am aware of some issues. I have worked one of those issues with Mr. Nation, but I just want to make sure to repair Mr. Jaquette's name. He did an excellent job, and there is no need to say something about his performance in order to advance somebody else. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Commissioner Allen.
Thank you. I'd like the mayor mentioned some type of report. Maybe we had not asked her opinion. Is there a way that we can have her opinion about the performance of Mr. Nation, since she brought that up?
I'm sorry, you're asking for whose opinion?
Yes, the mayor's opinion on Mr. Nation. She said that no one has ever asked her for her opinion. Can we have that in writing, her opinion, since that's important? since Mr. Leon has been torn down, I'd like to find out the mayor's opinion. You want to know this action?
Mayor Frank?
I can work on that. I can work on that. Yes, sir.
She said she's gonna written report on that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Commissioner
Mr.
Bochamp. Yes, sir.
Chairman.
Commissioner Bochamp.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too would like to say that Leon was a great person and he did a lot of great things for us. So I don't want to minimize anything that he did. Nobody's better than anybody else. We all put our pants on the same way. I know we had the workshop and we dealt with raises and we heard Mr. Nations come before us. We do have a calendar in our packet tonight that we're going to deal with budgets. I don't know what the mayor is talking about, but I have some concerns myself with Congressman Flashman's office of our Veteran Services Office, and I will bring that to attention at the time of the budget hearings. But right now, I think it's appropriate that we follow through with what's on our agenda, and we approve this calendar. Mr. Nations can sit down with the mayor, get a budget together for us, present it to us, and we'll vote it up or down like we did the last time. And I think that's the standard that we need to go by, because Robbie did a lot of hard work to put this calendar in here for us, and I think we need to stick by that and not get ahead of the horse here.
Ma'am. Commissioner Vanderveer. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That's right. Any further comments from the commission? All right, we'll move on with contracts pending legal approval.
Did we ever approve the JID?
Oh, I'm sorry, did we not?
Yeah, we need,
The three items I would like to add to the.
I'm sorry.
NG 1, 2, and 3 that Robbie handed out earlier, should have that. I'd like to add those to the
Thank you.
agenda.
new business.
New business.
New business.
Okay. And also, I'd like to add under new business, Mayor Frank, proposal for sharing a planner with Roane County.
Not for action, just a discussion.
Yes.
Just a-
And the items 1, 2, 3, is that, you said that's what Robbie handed out at the beginning?
Yes.
Okay.
New business 1, 2, and 3.
Commissioner Palmer, do we need to add the discussion for the Park Road, Park Lane, Park Road in the,
Under unfinished business, it was.
under unfinished, it's been
Okay.
discussed before.
Okay. Is one of those amendments, Commissioner Allen, 1, 2, 3, is that one of the ones for the Veterans Affairs
Yes,
officer? Okay.
Yes.
All right, just want to make sure it was on
it's
there.
number 3.
Any other additions to the agenda? All right, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Allen to approve the agenda with those additions. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Smallwood. Any discussion? Small Ridge, I'm sorry. I've never done that before. I apologize. Yeah, I got a new name. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Embarrassed myself. Now moving on. Contracts with legal approval.
Yes, we have one from the Tourism Department, Lamar Companies, one-year billboard rental for $13.23 a month.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Palmer moves to approve the contract under 3A, seconded by Commissioner Allen.
Yes.
Any discussion? Hear none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Contracts pending legal approval.
And they have all been approved now by our law director. And there are
Okay.
7 EMS tuition, AEMT program, agreements to provide $2,500 AEMT program to following EMS employees, which are 7 of those.
Commissioner Vandergrift moves to approve item 4A, seconded by Commissioner,
Yes.
I think Commissioner Small Ridge seconded that one. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner White?
each employee must continue full-time or either pay that money back. Is that enforceable?
Yes.
Director Sweet?
Yes, sir, it is. We actually took one lady to court, that she failed to pay hers back, and we got the court to do action on that. She is paying us back. Unfortunately, the last check she sent us bounced, but we're still processing that. But since we have done this, I went back and looked. Since 2021, we've had 53 people do this kind of a program. 60% of those people still work full-time for us. So we have found these people that are going through our programs and are developing, and that we are developing in-house, stay with the organization longer than those that may not go through our programs. It is a good program, yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Cash and fund balance report.
Yes, so, general fund, cash and fund balance ending December 31st. Restricted funds, 1.1 million. Committed funds are $343,761. Assigned funds, 1.5 million. Unassigned fund balance, $13,450,507 for a total fund balance of $563,987. Sorry. Cash, $15,722,793, which is $4.4 million less than last December.
Any questions on the cash and fund balance report?
I would like to make a correction on the school's fund balance. I have it at $10,908,412. It's $11,908,412. I kind of hit the 10 with the 0 instead of the 1 with my. That's a fat finger mistake. So, Dr. Parrott caught me.
That was after I had that heart attack.
He lost $1 million from last month.
Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, moving on.
Okay, sales tax, the county as a whole, 4.5 million, up 5.1% from last November. The county portion, 547,668, an 8% increase from last November. Sales tax still trending. Every month this fiscal year has been at least a 5% increase or more.
Commissioner Bochamp.
Robbie, how do you think our December went?
I think it'll be good. I mean, you know, people spend more. We get more money in December than most of the months, so it's usually one of the better ones.
You think we're tracking good for
Well,
that?
I haven't seen it yet,
Okay.
so I don't get that. That money comes in from the state. Usually sometime this month we'll get December, so
Okay.
it should be in the next few days, actually, I think, so.
I just want to know if we're tracking
Yeah.
for a good December.
I can mention that in commission meeting.
Okay.
Because we'll have it with them.
That'd be great.
Any further questions on the local option sales tax report? Hearing none, moving on.
The ARPA projects, continue to be 8 projects unfinished. We do have $23,717 in interest that we can still spend. And I was looking at the fund balance report. We still have $1,275,018 in ARPA funds that are unspent. So, which is kind of goes in line with what's showing at the. We have $1,268,685 still available to spend, so hand in hand there.
Any questions on the ARPA projects? Hearing none, moving on.
And the grant funds for the grant inventory for 25-26. I don't know if we ever pay attention to the bottom, the current year grants, but federal through state, we have $12,212,957. State, $13,405,785, and federal direct $1,860,000 for a total of $27,478,742 in grant funds. That's a lot of money.
I
So
think it's a testament also to the work of these department heads here. I think it's phenomenal.
I agree.
Good work.
Any other comments on the grant inventory report? Hearing none, moving on.
Transfers 1 through 3 are transfers. One is from the lunchroom for $6,500, EMS $12,000, and property assessor for $373.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Bochamp moves to approve items 1 through 3 as a group.
Yes.
Seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, 4 through 8 are from the school department. 3 appropriations and 1 transfer. Well, 4 and 12.
Commissioner Allen moves to approve items 4 through 8 as a group. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Smallridge. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, 9, 10, and 11 are from the mayor's office. The Orca grant for $9,980, $2,800 and for the senior center, and $1,000 for animal care and control.
Commissioner Allen moves to approve items 9 through 11 as a group. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Beauchamp. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, 12 through 14 are from the sheriff's department. The first one is the insurance recovery for $8,675. The second is moving dispatch money from 148 regular pay to longevity pay. We actually included that in the regular pay, and moving jailers 110,000 to overtime.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Beauchamp moves to approve items 12 through 14 as a group, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hear none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
And number 15 is from EMS. It is a moving $2,536 from Committed for Public Health and Welfare, tuition funds, the last grant, $2,536 to purchase books.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Smallridge moves to approve. I'll have that on my mind the rest of the night. Item number 15, do we have a second? Second by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
And Commissioner Val, to answer your question in our little meeting earlier, the last grant, what's his name, Robert?
Robert F. Lash.
He was he found the Lifestar,
Okay.
and so they created the grant, and I guess in his name. So.
All right, then. Thank you.
Okay, the last two are both transfers by payroll from the highway department. One for $190,000, $190,800, and the other one for $15,000.
Motion approved.
Commissioner Vandergrift moves to approve items 16 through 17.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner McNabb. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay, under Section 8, this is the report on debt obligation for the animal shelter. I do not need any action on this. It is only a report I'm obligated to put in front of you all so you see it. So, and it will also be in for County Commission, the meeting as well. So,
Any question on that report? Hearing none, moving on.
all right. Budget guidelines and calendar. Of course, the budget guidelines are the same guidelines we had last year. And I did make some changes in some of the grammar but I think Section 2 is the section that we should be most interested in as far as departments should, no increased budgets. Departments should submit a no increase budget unless mandated cost changes require otherwise. I mean, those are, that's your opportunity to say what you want from the departments as far as if you want to see a cut or if you want the same. The rest is just talking about the budget process. And of course, then there's a calendar, which the calendar is very tentative, and we have made changes in the calendar in years past, so it's not something that we have to stick with necessarily, because sometimes there are different delays in the budget process that And I didn't put any extra meetings in this calendar. I've tried to make everything either on the budget committee days or county commission, as far as like when we do the meeting, the public meeting, the public notice, and that's the day of county commission. But and then the last page of this section B is the example the state gives us on the comptroller's side, and they are more, they just usually, instead of getting exact dates, they say by March 1st, by April 1st, which we could go to that too, and we kind of do that anyway, in my opinion. So I'm pretty flexible with budget and try to just make it work best with budget committee and county commission as I can. So I'm interested in what you all have as far as what you want for budget guidelines.
Commissioner Bochamp.
Robbie, with the sheriff's department, veterans, all these people that are needing raises for their departments, asking for raises, and then we've got no increased budget, should we change that language, or are we gonna just take up the sheriff just separately? And
Well, in the past, when we've asked for no increased budgets in departments that,
need
for
it?
example, like the sheriffs need something, we have a budget hearing. We only pass the budgets that do a no increase, and then we'll have budget hearings, and they'll come to that hearing and explain what they're needing. Other departments have asked for raises in the past. We don't always get a no increase, even though we ask for it.
Yeah, and I would like, Sheriff Barker, I would like you to tell us what you think you need for your patrol officers, what pay they need. I know you gave us the other, what other counties were doing, but I would like to see how much you want to pay your deputies that's out here on patrol, how much we need to increase the jail staff and things like that. I know we've kind of talked about it in the workshop that we sustained at the jail. We've got employees now, but that's only for a limited time. We all know that because other counties are about to go through their budget. They're about to increase their budget as well, so we'll start losing employees if we don't deal with this. So I would like you to give us what you think you need for patrol, based on that level that you gave us, to where we can keep patrol officers and keep them here. And I started thinking, do we offer something else? Do we offer a sign-on bonus for patrol officers? Because I've seen that on Facebook with other counties, like kind of thinking outside the box, what can we offer that's a little bit different than other counties to keep in here? So you and your staff, I'd like to see what you think that we should pay these officers.
Okay.
Big, medium, and smallest.
Yeah, no,
Give us a
I
three
appreciate
option,
that.
like
And
the Nathan Sweet
Yeah,
thing.
and my position's not changed. It's still 15%,
Yeah.
right? I know we heard some different opinion on that earlier, but to your point, Commissioner White, you're exactly right. Robbie brought it up during the workshop. This body has been really good to us over the last 5 years. The issue is the time before all of us got here, right? And it's not, the 15% is not the magic bullet, but what it does is it gets us competitive, but we have to maintain. We can't just plant the seeds and then walk away. You still have to weed the garden, right? So I think 15% is still what we need. And to your point, Commissioner Bochamp, we've worked really hard, and you guys have been really gracious to us to help us at on the correction side. And we have parity in pay, and it has made a difference. Again, that's the work that is required of people in corrections has its own set of problems, but I'm not interested in separating the two. They're all deputies. They all carry the title of deputies. They're just assigned to different units. So to me, it's important that it is across the board. I know, and look, this problem didn't occur overnight, and I know it can't be fixed overnight. And but again, as I said in the workshop, we really have to take a look like we would at our own personal finances. Let's look at how we're spending our money, and are we putting it in the right places? And I'm sure there's a bunch of needs out there across the county, and gosh, I'm pulling for them. But at the end of the day, my lane of responsibility is law enforcement and the sheriff's office. and that's who I'm advocating for.
Any questions for the sheriff?
I just want to
Yes,
go
go
back
ahead.
on that. And I want, looking at all that, but I want to see something different as well. Like, what can we do to keep patrol? What can we do to keep jail staff? So that's why I said I've seen some other counties offering that sign-on bonus after so long you've stayed, maybe a year. If you stay with us for a year, we're going to give you the sign-on bonus. I don't know what your turnover rate is, but I want us to kind of think outside the box as well of how can Anderson County be different than Knox County, Roane County, so we can be just as appealing, that people want to come to us, they don't want to leave us.
I understand that.
So
And-
that's what I was saying in this budget. Maybe we think outside the box a little bit to where 2 years down the road, we're not having this conversation that Knox County's having to have this conversation because we're taking their people.
Right,
Yeah.
and I look forward to those conversations,
Yeah.
honestly, and I'm definitely not opposed to them. I think part of it in the 22-23 budget cycle, that was part of what longevity was hoping to address, right? And that has been a huge benefit, particularly to our people who have been with us for a long time. Again, though, we have to stop the bleeding at the moment, right? And my timeline, I know I said immediately, and I meant immediately, right? But I also know that there's no magic wand, and there was nothing that workshop or this particular body could do at the moment, because if you could, I know you would. I mean, I know that. However, let's just make sure that we keep it on the front burner and in our forefront of our minds, and we're still having these communications, and we're working on these things. I think that we're going to get there. I do. But we have tough decisions to make, and I don't envy you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Mr. Paul?
Thank you, Sheriff.
Mhm.
I would like to also request that for the EMS also, because I did ask that we include all of public safety in the workshop. And the reason why, when I talk to people in my district, they are concerned. They are concerned about law enforcement and EMS. Those are the two things they want there when they need help. They want those
Sure.
people there. And I guess I just saw this firsthand. I live in the city of Clinton. The day after Christmas, my next door neighbor had a brain aneurysm, and they had to break into the house to get her. She's all alone. And it was the city of Clinton Fire and the city police, but it was EMS that came. And they were there for an hour working on her. She ended up passing away 3 days later, but she is, the whole neighborhood, they want that service. Everyone wants those two services. And so I really want us to look at that, because when I look at the starting pay for EMTs, it's just not acceptable. I think it's like $16 an hour, and we really got to take a look at them too. That is not to take away from the sheriff's department. I'm 100% behind you. But I would also want us to take a look at them. They have come, we got an email just this week about how they're having trouble with keeping EMTs as well. It might not be as big a number, but we need to look at that. So I'd like for us to include that, in this budget process. I'd also like to look at that. I really want to take a hard look at public safety.
Yeah, public safety as a whole,
Yes.
we've talked about this. We have to get serious about where we stand as a community
Absolutely.
on public safety. And in addition to that, like I said earlier in the workshop, this isn't just a bunch of deputies being greedy. It's not. It's market driven. I mean, it's just what we have to pay, because we're not seeing the quality of applications. We're having to we're having a harder time. The post-certified folks just aren't coming in, and those that we are receiving typically have issues or baggage from their previous agency that they're carrying with them. So we want to, and it doesn't mean they're not reformed or changed, however, but it's nice when you don't have to navigate those.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said we need to look at how we're spending it. I think we have the money, we're just gonna have to reallocate
Absolutely.
and move some money. And it doesn't mean that this department's more important than that department. It's just we've got so much money and we may have to redirect it for a while until we, you know, build up whatever.
Look, at the end of the day, when the price of eggs go up, you don't spend as much on something else, and
Yeah.
you still buy your eggs, and that's just really where we're at. I remember you in the workshop, you guys made the commitment that you didn't want to see a tax increase. Well, I live here too. I don't want to see a tax increase.
Absolutely.
However, I really believe it's about just reallocating the money we have. We have to just take a closer look, tighten our belts like we do in our own homes.
Yep, I agree.
Any more questions for the sheriff? Commissioner Smalley?
Yeah, just a comment. Robbie, I hope in terms of department budgets especially, that, we can be sure we get a good, clear explanation for any significant increase in the budget. And I'm not saying we haven't done that, I think we have. But sometimes it seems to me like, we'll pass a budget and then within a month or two, we're back with some significant request for a pretty healthy increase in some area that you think, well, why wasn't that included as part of the budget, and again, I'm not saying we don't do that, but I think in some cases we could maybe do a little better job of explaining, and I'd like to see it in writing.
Yeah, we have a form that asks any code that's increased, why we don't get, usually it's contracts, and honestly, we can't help but we pay a contract. If it increases, we have to pay it, so unless we do away with the contract. But yes, I will ask for that.
Commissioner Palmer?
Robbie, also, I noticed on here the capital outlay.
Yes.
You may need to refresh my memory. How have we handled that in the past? Because I think that is really what kind of takes the wind out of our sails mid-year when someone comes with a request for a huge amount for whatever, and it catches us off guard because we don't have a capital outlay request for it, or how do we handle that?
Yes, Commissioner Palmer, when we send the budget packet out to each department, the salaries and benefits pages, and every department gets a 5-year capital outlay plan. They can turn back into us. We probably have 3 that complete it, to 4. And
Interesting.
the sheriff's department will, EMS always does, a few others will,
Yeah.
not many. But yes, so these big items that come back to budget committee are surprises to me as well, because
Okay.
it's not on their capital outlay plan. So,
Yeah, we need to be concerned about that and tighten up on that a little bit this year, because, that's just money that could be directed for what we've planned for. What's the point of having strategic planning if we're not gonna follow the plan?
right.
Thank you.
Any further questions for the sheriff?
Thank you,
Sheriff.
guys.
Is
Do we-
someone in a motion?
Yeah, I
for
think
this?
we usually have a motion
Yes,
to
to
adopt the
approve.
calendar, right?
Adopt the calendar and the guidelines. If you want to keep the guidelines as is, I will.
So we have a motion to adopt the 2026-27 budget schedule and guidelines.
I'll make a motion to accept this calendar that he's given us.
Commissioner Palmer makes the motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Bochamp. Any further discussion? I would also add, not only the budget committee members, but the full commission. We hear department heads come to us with their petitions about what they need. And I know we trust each and every one of them. We know most of them on a professional and a personal level. But I don't know of any county department who would decline an opportunity for one of us to come and visit with them one day and see their operations, so we can see firsthand the need that exists there. And it may be an eye-opener for some of us. We may learn a lot that we didn't know before. So, just a thought. Any further discussion?
I'd like to see us go into this budget. For several years now, we, no increase, that's our goal, is no increase. I think that's I guess I'd like to see, maybe just on the same thing that you're talking about, I'd like to see the actual needs in writing as to what it would take to make their office more efficient. If you're asking me for a budget for my office, and you tell me we're not gonna have no increase, so don't send me no increase. I think that's sort of putting a holder on us or something. So, I don't know if we are to rule out a tax increase. I don't know if we are to rule out if we're gonna bring these salaries up to what that they're requesting. There's just so much reallocation you can do with what we've got. So let's don't tie their hands too tight. Let's see what the needs are. That's my thinking. Let's see what the needs are, and hopefully we won't have a tax increase. But we've just got so much money, and we can reallocate some of it here or there. But we're going to have to come up with some money somehow or other to pay these folks if we're going to. As one of them said one of the ladies said a minute ago, if we're going to have Knox County's people coming to us instead of ours going to them, we're going to have to make some pretty good adjustments. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Next item is unfinished business, Park Lane. Commissioner Palmer?
So the motion was made last budget for the road superintendent to repair the road from his budget and to come back this meeting with the cost. Is he here? Is Mr. Long here? Is he out in the hallway maybe? We asked him to be here. You don't see him. Well, I guess there's not much we can do on that. I will say I'm very disappointed that we can't discuss this today. It's January. This erosion, this road caving in happened March of '25. We made do through Anderson County Park with all of the fishing and all of the activity out there with the make do road that the parks staff put in themselves. And so here I've been trying to get this fixed since then, and I cannot get any cooperation. And so I'm really at I don't know what to do. He's the road superintendent's the one that has the expertise. This is his wheelhouse. It is not Conservation Board's wheelhouse. There's not any road people on Conservation Board. We need some direction, and it is time sensitive because the water levels are down. Once the water levels go up, it's going to be very difficult to repair that road. So we need to get this going, and so here it is January, and we're still not having a conversation about it. So I'm very disappointed that we can't talk about this today, but
We're having a highway meeting the 12th.
okay, would that be a place to talk about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can we refer this to the Highway Committee then, please? All right.
Motion to refer the Park Lane Road issue to the Highway Committee by Commissioner Palmer.
Yes, thank you.
Seconded by Commissioner Beauchamp. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Thank you,
Thank
Commissioner
you.
White. That was January 12, you said?
Yes, sir. 5 o'clock,
All right.
downstairs.
Next item, moving on to new business, is Mayor Frank.
I just wanted to bring this up, not for any kind of action, but maybe to just give a little bit of feedback. One of the items that's been discussed at the last 2 strategic workshops has been planning, zoning, maybe a need to update some of the land use documents, look at some of the growth that's happening, also the preservation of farmland. County Executive Wade Creswell from Roane County called me. They have been trying to hire a planner. One of the challenges with hiring someone is that there is a shortage in our area in the state of Tennessee. A lot of times they're actually having to recruit them from other states. I think the state is trying to get in front of that and start offering some more training and classes, education in that area. So with the wages that they are offering, they're looking at $90,000, $100,000, and they're not getting what they need. And so they've gone out a second time, and what he proposed to me was perhaps the idea of sharing a planner with Anderson County. That would cut the cost for both of the agencies. Maybe it is something that we could do, even a 1099 contract employee, and be able to pay those higher wages, but maybe, reduce the cost on benefits with a contract. And I told him, I said, hey, I've got a budget meeting tomorrow night. How about I just pass this by them just as an idea? And if it is something they might have a favorable opinion on, then Executive Creswell and I could work on maybe what that would look like, maybe some options for how we would share someone to work on those things. So I just thought I'd see if you have an interest, and if so, then I will work with him and see what I could possibly bring back to you.
Good idea to me.
Do we need a motion, or?
I don't think she was asking for one, but
I mean, but if you want to do a
You wanna
motion to
solidify it?
work on it, yeah,
I'll make the motion.
okay.
Commissioner Vandergrift moves to approve Mayor Frank entering into
Well, just,
discussions
yes, yeah.
with Roane County for a
Yes.
joint planner. Seconded
Yes.
by Commissioner Bochamp. Any
you'll-
discussion? Commissioner Palmer?
You'll bring that back to here? And
Yes, I
let
would
us
bring
know
that back
what
to here,
looks
yes.
like, what that proposal looks like, okay.
Yes.
Any further discussion?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner White?
Mayor, if we need that person,
Mm-hmm.
if we can't afford it, let it go. If we need that person, let's hire that person. Let's find the money to do it. I wouldn't want to share an employee with Roane County. Thank you.
Commissioner Vandergrift?
I think this is a great idea. I do understand what Commissioner White's saying completely. I feel like we probably do need this position. But I think it's great that we're thinking outside the box, that we're trying to partner with the neighboring county,
Right.
which will both benefit. We have a lot of industry, a lot of nuclear coming in that's going to affect both of our counties. So I think this is a great start to that, and I love the thinking outside the box. And let's share that. So thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. And I can bring back, just some different things about it. One of the things, so for instance, is a challenge, if you get into these high salaries, then you start getting into paying folks more than your fee officials and all of that, and that is a sensitivity. We do have a planning contract with East Tennessee Development District. I did discuss that with Executive Creswell. And, if we're sharing someone, maybe we keep that contract, we keep that planner. That is a lower cost contract, and they could still be available to do some of your day-to-day planning commission, being at the minutes, doing that kind of advising, but you also have the planner that's able to spend part of that time working on these other issues that we just don't have the expertise to be able to work on. So it's just an idea, and Commissioner White, I totally understand what you're saying.
Maybe,
Go ahead, Jerry.
Mayor,
Yes.
as part of your report, could you talk a little bit, bring back some information about what is the need that you see, and exactly what would this person be involved in with us and with Rowan County, if it's Rowan County?
Sure, absolutely. Be happy to do that.
Commissioner White.
Mayor, maybe we have someone that's employed by Anderson County right now that maybe is not, let me be kind in saying this, maybe they've got some time in their 40-hour week, and they may have some expertise in that. Maybe we could find somebody in the courthouse that could do that job and let us know how extent that need is.
Sure. And, well, the thing about planners is there are certifications, and that's why there is a shortage. So there's planning duties, but then there are certified planning credentials and education that you have to have. So I don't know. I mean, I can certainly talk to HR. I don't know if anyone, I mean, are you saying somebody that might have those capabilities that we could train to be that position?
I'm saying that there might be somebody that is looking to improve their job and maybe already employed with Anderson County that might have the smarts, or maybe not education, but maybe the enthusiasm for a position like that might want to develop those skills.
Right. Okay.
Just a thought.
Yes.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Thank you all.
Next item, new business number 1.
Okay, number 1 and number 2 are similar. The ARC grant that was for $1,715,681 that we approved last August and April. We approved the grant and the match at separate times, but we didn't get a PO committed for this grant, so those funds rolled back into fund balance. So they're ready to start doing work on some of this, so we need to move these grant funds back into this year's budget, and the same for the EOC grant. I put ERC, but it's EOC. I had EOC at the bottom, which is a $3.9 million grant that we can that we need to get on on this year's budget, so we can start working on these projects. Both have been approved. We've been approved for the grants. We just don't have them this year, and I will say that it will affect fund balance because we're getting ready to lower it. Combined with the match, it's 1.8 million, which will bring us down to 11,611,686 after this is taken out. But it's already committed for these projects. So, an audit didn't really. They made a note of it, but they didn't ask for an audit adjustment. So, when the mayor came to me today and asked me where the funds were, I said, I think they're in fund balance. So, anyway.
Commissioner Allen moves to approve new business 1. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Vandergriff.
Can we take those together, Shane?
Yeah.
1 and 2? Since
1 and 2 as a group? Okay. That's good with you guys?
Yep.
All right. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried.
Okay. And the last budget amendment I have is just a transfer from the Veterans Office, decreasing 3 codes for $2,000 and increasing other supplies and materials $2,000 to purchase all service flags with spreaders to be used for events and during Veterans Treatment Court.
Okay.
Did we not? Yeah, sorry.
We're on new business
Three.
3.
I have a
And
comment.
yes, I've already done your question.
Okay.
We have approved, he originally bought some flags, but he bought them from a code that was, he didn't really have the right budget code, so,
Okay.
I asked him to move money to the correct code when, the first time, so this is the second, but this is for additional flags from the first purchase. See, still?
Yeah.
How much did we spend on the first purchase?
So what happens is I ordered the flags for the courthouse and the office in Oak Ridge, and when I took over from Leon and not passioning him, just following the steps that he had laid in place, I was using a certain code that he had always used to purchase flags. Not knowing until Paul came to me one day and said I needed to change my code and start using a different code. So I had to originally move money to purchase American flags, Tennessee flag, and POW flags for the courthouse and stuff to this new code because I had always used this other code, which was what Leon used. So I moved it. The first request, this request is to actually buy service flags, Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard, to have for events, the breakfast, and to also use for Veterans Treatment Court. So when we do something, we're representing all services and not just, whoever has a service flag that day, kind of step it up to represent all services.
So these are
Motion to
additional
approve.
flags, additional flags.
Yes, these will be
Okay, okay.
display flags, ma'am, just like
Okay,
the
okay, yeah.
American flag in this room. It'll be a display flag with base. It's got the spreaders to make them all look nice and appropriate and not wrinkled.
Got a motion by Commissioner Smallage to approve new business number 3, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion carried. Let me apologize to the committee. I guess I got confused early on. I thought we had added under new business a discussion of a pay raise for the veterans officer. I thought that was my impression. I may have misunderstood on that. Did anybody add that to the agenda for today? Okay.
That's what
Yeah,
Commissioner Aaron.
yeah, I knew he did that under appearance of citizens, but I thought we had something actually in our packet for it. I must have missed that.
I gave you something
I thought you
in
did.
case, I was approached earlier in the week and I just said we could possibly add it under new business. I didn't add it myself because,
Does anybody want to add it under new business?
Now that we've approved the calendar, we'll just let it go through.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Any further business come before the committee?
Mr. Chairman, would it be proper, and maybe I'll just ask him after me. Yeah.
Okay. Any further business come before the committee?
Mr. Chairman.
Hearing none, we're adjourned. Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
We'll come to order. We'll get started with the monthly Anderson County Commission Budget Committee for Thursday, January 8, 2026. It is 4:00 p.m. Robbie, if you would, call the roll, please.
Thank you. Commissioner McNabb? Here. Commissioner Palmer?
Here.
Commissioner Vandergriff?
Here.
Commissioner Val?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Here.
Commissioner Allen? Here. Commissioner Beauchamp? Here. And Commissioner Smallridge.
Here.
Let the record reflect we do have a quorum. If you would, Commissioners, join me in prayer, and then Commissioner Vandergriff will lead us in the pledge. Heavenly Father, we come to you again to thank you for all your many blessings, Lord, for salvation most of all, but for everything that you add unto us each and every day. Please forgive us of our many sins, Lord. We know that there are many each and every day. But Lord, we ask that you be with us during the course of this meeting. Be with each heart, each mind. Give us wisdom, give us discernment, Father, to do what's right in your eyes, for what's best for your people. All this we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioners. Next item is appearance of citizens. Any citizen in the audience want to address the committee at this time? Please state your name and address, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Colt Jennings, 430 Douglas Lane here in Clinton. Since 2022, I've been warning anyone who would listen about the pay problems at the sheriff's office. What was once a problem is now a crisis. Deputies need a 30% pay increase, not the proposed 15%. That will make them competitive in the salary category, but you still have to deal with the benefits problem. As I've stated before, Anderson County has the most expensive health insurance in Tennessee. These costs to employees will have to be reduced in order to compete in today's market. Something else to think about in terms of funding is equipment. The Sheriff's Office desperately needs body cameras, modern patrol rifles, and systems to fully digitize the agency. This is not a complete list, but I believe they are priorities. The salary, benefits, and equipment that I just talked about are what other agencies already have. The Sheriff's Office is underfunded by at least $6 million. To fill that budget gap is nearly impossible with our current fiscal situation. And let's not forget all the other Anderson County employees who are grossly underpaid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what decades of neglect looks like, and this is a crisis. But as always, I'm ready to help in any way that I can, and I thank you for your time.
Any other citizens want to approach the committee at this time? Please state your name and address, please.
Well, since you don't know me, I'm Steve Aaron from Oak Ridge, Tennessee.